Welcome everyone to another episode of 8 Ounces of Inspiration and a very, very happy 2023 to each one of you. As you know that the entire ethos behind the 8 Ounces of Inspiration is to bring into focus entrepreneurs, housewives, people who are doing amazing work in the arena that they have chosen to pursue their lives in, and to have them share their story, their journeys, their abilities of their skills with each one of us so that we can feel inspired and we can also find strength in trying to find the courage to start something of our own that will give us true fulfillment, joy, and a sense of well-being. So here's to a very, very prosperous 2023 to each one of you. Listen to these stories, hear about what these people are doing, the amazing impact that they're making in our society, in our community, and how you can also contribute to the well-being and the upliftment of our society through the skill sets and the unique talents that you alone possess. Today, I have with me Mahaprasad Nanda. He is joining us from Orissa. I have been very privileged to have been his business coach and helped him line up his business strategy and go-to-market strategy for his product. What I loved about his work was how uniquely he has created something from a very, very basic element that is usually taken away as trash or just cultivated and thrown. Use that to create a product that is 100% biodegradable in land and marine life, which has longevity and which solves a lot of some of the biggest problems that our planet faces today, of the landfills that are being flooded with plastic straws, plastic elements, disposables. So Mahaprasad has an engineering background, and he has been incubated by the esteemed Sri Krishna University, where he is incubated by the Atal Incubation Center. And he has been able to introduce his product, and he's also filed his own patent for the product that he's pursuing. So without much ado, welcome Mahaprasad to our episode today and our podcast.
Namaskar. Very happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. So Mahaprasad, I want to start with my first question to you. Share a little bit about your journey with Urber Nature, which is your company. And in your company, I know what you make is biodegradable, sustainable green straws and green stirrers. And now you're going to move into green disposables, right? So share your journey. How did this idea come about?
Well, when I was in engineering, I was actually aiming for a financially abundant life, and I knew that only business can give me that. So there was no proper business plan, but in my mind, I always wanted to be into business. So I always wanted to give back. At the same time, means I like providing employments and something like that that can actually give me some peace, that sense of gratitude. So eventually I found this solution, and it was actually solving an issue that is quite related to Mother Nature. And so I considered the risk, because in one of I'm creating employment, and I'm also employing myself, and also solving a problem that is a global issue, we can say. So I finally thought that this risk should be taken. So I am into it.
That's wonderful. You know, when I was first introduced to you and I heard about the work you were doing, I absolutely was on board to, coach you to take the product to the market. But what really fascinated me more was how your work or whatever you were trying to do, right, was going to help
Yeah.
so many tribal women in your area. And
Yes.
especially, I think you're the first startup I have coached from Orissa. So that was, of course, very, very
Wow.
precious to me. But I think what you're doing is very, very unique. So I want to ask you this, that using grass foliage, right, to create these green straws. How did you even like come up with the idea? How did you come up with the technicalities of doing it? That you could say that, oh, I
Uh,
can use this to make this.
Actually, I got inspiration from I was just watching some videos on YouTube, and eventually I came across a video of a Vietnamese company who were providing some biodegradable straw out of grass, made of grass, and also they are also working on the same way that we are also working. And afterwards, my quest was to find that grass, that species in India, even outside India. So when I went out and searched for the particular grass, I remember I visited research center in Bhubaneswar. One senior scientist suggested me some grass that can actually uh, serve the same way the Vietnamese grass is serving. One more thing is I roam a lot. I travel to hills and mountains. So eventually, that list of grass were not eligible. This particular Dinnath grass, scientifically Penicillium pedicellatum, yeah, it came out of the box, and initially the means the business risk means to the probability to bring in the solution into real world was very low. With support, I have created this product, and yeah, but the real inspiration was those Vietnamese couple.
That's such a fantastic thing that YouTube has become such a place of precious wealth where we can learn so much and then see how it can be used in our own communities and spaces to create something. Yeah. And I'm so
Yes,
glad you
yes.
put this on because you are solving so many issues with just one problem. You're just solving so many issues, which is about uh, using wild grass, right, which may not have much value, by employing women and teaching them the skills. So there is skill development involved there. There is women empowerment involved there. There is tribal area empowerment involved there. And it is using your mind and your engineering background to create something which is so unique and which is actually the need of the hour, right? Which is what I think is the biggest USP of your product. Now, I've used your straws, and what I have really loved about your product versus the others in the market is that
Thank you.
when I use paper straws, when I go to restaurants, after a few sips, they just disintegrate. And then I'm trying to sip and there's
Yeah,
nothing coming in my mouth. But your straws, they stay intact. And what is even wonderful is I can just rinse them and reuse them. So they are reusable.
yeah,
And at the same time, they're sturdy and they can be used for various purposes. So I have actually used your straws sometimes for table decoration when I'm doing Chinese food or
wow.
Vietnamese food layouts. I have used your straws, of course, as blowers sometimes when we are blowing bubbles.
Yeah,
I have used them as a straw for what you made it. And I've also used them for as drink stirrers. So it is a very
yeah, it can be
multi-purpose
used also.
product.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, what is your professional goal and your aspirations with this company, Uber Nature?
As I told earlier, I just the beginning was means the destination was to have a life that is financially abundant, and there will be the control over my time will be only be directed by myself. So I started like that, but right now it's quite the spiritual quotient is also involved, and EQ IQ was already there, but right now this venture is also creating my lifestyle.
Yes, yes, of course. And I see that you're working very hard. You've got a bigger workshop and you're trying to bring in processes, new equipments, so you can scale. And I know you shared with me once that your dream was to be that your straws are used in every government location, whether it is the government trains where food is served, or whether it is all the tourism, places that are owned by the government, as well as restaurants, straws, and bars, cafes, street side vendors, who sell coconut instead of using plastic, they start to use yours. And I found that a really beautiful goal, because you're not just working to make a profit for yourself and saying, okay, I want to do this with big businesses, but you're saying, I want to make a difference where it's most required, which is if I target the government and the trains,
Yeah.
then I target a huge population, which may not really throw the
Yeah.
plastic into a recyclable bin, but just throw it out. And that can help. So I want to ask you this. You employ women, you skill them, you
Yeah.
teach them how to make these straws. And a lot of those women come from very rural, I would say
Even tribal area also.
yes, under-resourced, backward tribal areas. And you're trying to give them this sense of self-worth, dignity, and the capability. You're trying to bring that forth. My question to you is, how important is it, and why do you think it's important for women to be financially independent?
I have been to villages. I have been to townships, town areas, tier 1, tier 2 cities. The thing is, what I noticed, financial freedom, financial freedom gives you the chance to take decisions. In families, I have seen people who are daily wage workers, and they really don't care about the sense of responsibility towards family. In India, uh, we find the women more family centric rather than the men. So when financial stability and that mm, that quotient is there in Indian women, I don't expect them to work over, means even completing their duty, even handling the financial thing of family. But uh, eventually eventually financially stable women, particularly Indian women, can change and shape the lives of their kids in in a very micro level, if we see things.
Yeah. I think
So
it's a
it is
ripple
quite
effect.
necessary.
Yeah. It's a ripple effect. They work, they see the beauty in it, then they want to use their money. They say that studies show that women are more likely to spend their earnings on the welfare of their families and giving better
Yeah,
education to
exactly.
their children or better life to their children, right? It's very
Yeah.
family centric for them. Now, I want to ask you, who do you have in your family? Like your parents? Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
So
uh,
are your parents
is
involved?
there more questions?
No, of course.
uh,
Just one or
yeah.
two before we.
No, in my family, my parents are there, and I'm with them right now,
Okay. So
and
are they
I'm a
also
single kid.
involved in your work? Are they involved in your work?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Okay. And I want to ask you, if in 2023 there is one, if you were given a magical wish, okay, a magic wand, and you were said that, okay, there is one thing, one wish you can make, or to get like one big customer that you want to work with to take your company to the next level, which one would it be?
I have a very big inclination towards Tata.
Okay.
Means their work ethics, yeah. And when I got to know that Starbucks is being owned by Tata, so naturally Starbucks became my that dream customer.
Okay.
So
So yeah, so
I will
Tata
long
has
for
an
that.
alliance with Starbucks for India, that they're opening all the Indian stores for them. Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that somebody who is listening to this podcast and hopefully will be able to connect you to somebody at the corporate that is your dream, which is Tata, and help you to bring GreenStraws into all the Starbucks chains, not just in India, but worldwide. That's my wish for you. And I really hope that happens for you. And we will work really hard towards it. Mahaprasad, I am truly grateful for you. I know that you are in the middle of shifting your warehouses, and there's a lot going on in the background, and you're in a makeshift warehouse where you're staying.
Yeah.
But to still take out the time to do this interview with me so that you can be the first entrepreneur that we feature in 2023. I really wanted to feature a
Wow.
entrepreneur
Thank you for
in the podcast,
having me.
and I'm so glad it happened to be you and that you took out the time. I my my request to all our listeners and viewers is that Mahaprasad is doing great work. Please visit his website, Urber Nature, that's URBER nature.com. And I'm going to give the link in the bio on this particular release. Reach out to him if you have cafes, restaurants, hotels, if you have any businesses where you think his GreenStraws, his green stirrers, as well as the disposables that he's going to take out in the later part of the year can be used at your location. Do support him, reach out to him, and work with him. Because when we support these amazing social enterprises that are coming from the grassroots level, which are helping our community in a lot of wonderful ways, then we are supporting our nation in a brilliant way, not just the social entrepreneurship, but the society as a whole. So my request is just this, that please reach out to him and give him more business. Thank you so much, Mahaprasad. And I look
Well, ma'am,
forward.
I'll take 1 more minute of you
Yes,
to share my gratitude. Means since the beginning, in any ways, means it was, as I said, the probability was very less to make this business a reality. But eventually, the helps, the supports, and even it includes you also. So I'll share my gratitude to you in this podcast, and
that is so
thank you.
wonderful of you. Thank you so much for your generosity and for giving me a chance to be a catalyst in helping you take your amazing.
Of course, you are, ma'am.
But thank you so much and wish you all the luck. Thank you for being with us, Mahaprasad.
Thank you.